Ladies and gentlemen, here is some tips and trick for ME2102 Solidworks software. So I'm just going in the examination, you're gonna have 3 hours to draw all your parts, example your parts, and then put them onto a drawing blueprint. So some people may think 3 hours is a lot of time. Some people may think 3 hours is too little. So I'm gonna help you speed up some process. So let's go ahead and dive right into the first part, which is your views. So let's say, for example, I'm this object right here, and I have come to a point where I'm in this angle right now, and I want to go to another certain angle where I can, pinpoint or edit a specific part of this model. So instead of trying to get the right angle in, like, oh, okay, there we go. I want this corner view. Like, I want to adjust this little chamfer or fillet right here. Sorry, fillet. So like, let's say if my model was like this, like if I were to just mess it up a little bit, like, okay, so I need to, oh, it's not perfect yet. Hold on. How do I get it to, oh, almost there, right? So I want to get it this view, right? So this is my first helpline for you guys. Go to the gear at the top, click the arrow button down, customize, and then you come to this page. Under toolbars, scroll all the way down, and then you see standard view. So I want you guys to click on it, and then you see on the top left, these little things will pop up. Once again, I'm going to show you the little things will pop up. Click OK, and then this is where you can play around with the view. So instead of like fiddling with my model to try to get the view that I wanted initially, let me go ahead and click isometric. And there you have it. I have the view that I want. So of course this works for any other views. For example, front, back, left, whatever it is. Okay. Next is shortcut. So let's say right now I want to cut a hole in this model. Let me go ahead and do it the default way, which is no shortcut, no. So I am going to go click on sketch. I'm going to click on sketch. I'm going to click surface that I want to sketch on. I'm going to click on circle perhaps, and I'm just going to draw a random circle. Smart dimension, I want it to be 25 diameter. From this to this center, from the center to the edge, I want it to be, I don't know, maybe 25 distance. All right. The dimension, go to sketch, exit sketch. All right. And then I'm going to go feature. I'm going to go extruded cut, or maybe I can do even extruded base. I'm just going to extruded cut, and maybe instead of letting it cut all the way, maybe I'm going to do a 50. All right. I'm going to click done, and then there is my hole. So it's all right. It took me quite a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this feature right here, and I'm going to show you the power of shortcut. Let me go delete the sketch as well. So before I show you the power of shortcut, let me show you how to actually get the shortcut in. Same thing, go to the gear right at the top, customize, go to keyboard instead of toolbars now. From here, you can find whatever feature or whatever edits that you want and add a shortcut to it. I'm not restricting you guys to like what shortcut needs to be added. Explore it yourself, figure out like what's more comfortable for you, and find the features that you use most frequently and add a shortcut to it. So like for me, I know I like to utilize rectangle a lot. So I'm just going to write rectangle. And you can see corner rectangle, my shortcut for it is R. I also realized maybe I like to draw a lot of circles. Okay, circles. So when I go to circle, you can see I already put C. And maybe, for example, smart dimensioning. I heavily recommend you guys to do smart. For me, I personally gave it a D because D meant standard dimensioning. So give it a good like key that is a abbreviation or something that's easy to remember. Like for example, the rectangle R, circle C, line L. All right. Thing I like to I want to tell you guys also, which I will explain, is what you see over here under display, hidden lines visible and shaded edge, which is odd 7, odd 6, 6, 7. Let me go ahead and do the shortcut method to get that circular hole once again with all my unfortunately, because I'm a little bit like confused with the sketch shortcut button. So for sketch manual method, but the rest I'll try to use all my shortcut. So here we go. Sketch, I'm going to click on the surface. Circle, I'm going to press C. Draw the circle. Smart dimension, press D. Was it 25? I think so. Same thing. Edge to here. 25. Done. Exit sketch, and then I'm going to press X for extruded cut. And let's just do all the way. Okay, so through all, and then boom. Look at how fast that was. Okay. Let me go ahead and change this feature first because I don't want it to be true all, so that I can show you guys some other things which I want to show you guys now. Oh, and one thing to like, you know, instead of like deleting this feature and see like, oh, where did my model go wrong or whatever, like, you know, sometimes you need to backtrace, right? Instead of deleting the feature, you see this blue bar over here, I can drag it to like before I did the cut. I can drag it to before I did my second fillet. I can drag it to before I do my first fillet. So this is a good way to, you know, backtrack without deleting your features. Okay, so that, you know, maybe you know like, oh, okay, this is where I went wrong. This is where I, you know, made a mistake. And sometimes, like, let's say, oh, I made a mistake in my fillet number 2, but I do not want it to mess up my extruded cut. So I can just bring it back, and then I can like do whatever editings I want. And then there's, you know, if there are some like overlap or, you know, what did I call it, like errors that will like correct the next step, then the system will warn you, the software will warn you. But other than that, nothing too biggie. They'll just adjust itself accordingly. Yep. That's the power of shortcut. And now coming back to the view that I was telling you guys about, the alternate 6 and 7. So when you are doing your examination or your general, you will be given a blueprint with obviously will be a lot of hidden lines, as well as certain views or angles that they give your model at from. Okay, so how do I know, like, let's say for example, the blueprint tells me this is the front view. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do this. This is the front view, all right, and then this is the back view. But what happens when my model is the opposite around? So this is now my back view, and this is my front view. So how do I know whether it's correct or wrong? Simple, I'm going to go to hidden line mode, which is Alt 7. As you can see, there are solid lines over here, like in the inside the model. But then on the blueprint, it show dotted line. So that means I'm in view. Am I right? But if I were to click, there's the dotted line. And they say this is the front view now. So this is where you know, like, oh, maybe your view is wrong, and you may need to do some certain adjustment, hint a little bit for your blueprint. You know, when you want to do like plan view, top view, side view, this may come into great play. It may be very handy for you to just change the view instead of like, you know, trying to figure out, okay, my back view is now the front view. I'm just going to remember that. And then my left view is the right view. You know, it can be a little bit confusing. Even right now, as I'm explaining, I'm also confusing myself a little bit. So from here, you can, before you go straight into the part drawing or the blueprint making, when you are making the part or the assembly, already set which is the front view, which is the, you know, plan view, side view, the left or right, or, you know, bottom. All right. So I'm going, and then one more thing, this can also show you like hidden features. So obviously your assignment or your exam will have a lot of features within the model. So hidden lines are your greatest ally, your greatest friend to tell you whether you are missing a feature, you are having additional feature, or even if you are putting certain features in a wrong angle. All right. Uh, if you need me to repeat whatever I just said, just rewind the video back by 10 seconds because I also kind of forgot what I said. So, I guess, oh, I didn't mean to do that. So, this view is, or this projection, yeah, view, I guess, is very important. The hidden line view, very important. And then the view is just so like you can see things better, as compared to seeing everything transparent, right? Okay. What else am I missing? I think that's about it, guys.